Here's your Harley.
You like it?
Apparently I need to work on my sarcasm delivery.
Hey everyone. I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a little bit. At least a month. Maybe two. Time keeps moving and I can't keep track. I bet you know what this video is about, based on the green tie, which is the color of a certain app, as well as this music t-shirt, or t-shirt that has musical notes on it. And if not, you can just read the title. Today we are recommending, we'll say recommending. Associating doesn't have that same je ne sais quoi. We are recommending books based on my Spotify Wrapped. Yep. First off, I'm going to tell you all the things that you actually want to know. My top artists, my top songs, and my age, my musical age. My top artists, first five, were Lola Young, Sabrina Carpenter, Olivia Rodrigo, Ben Platt, Renee Rapp. Top songs on Spotify: Big Brown Eyes by Lola Young, Obsessed by Olivia Rodrigo, Good Luck Babe by Chappell Roan, Jealousy Jealousy by Olivia Rodrigo, and Treehouse by Ben Platt. And my musical listening age was pretty basic, 20. I'm 19. So, yeah, those are all the stats. And I'm going to throw a curveball at you. Not literally. Basically, I don't really watch, or I don't really listen to Spotify. Mostly I listen to Apple Music nowadays. However, some of the artists from Apple Music and Spotify are the same. Let's just get into Apple Music, and I'm going to actually be recommending. I tricked you, sorry. I lied to you, actually. It was a downright lie, upright lie. It was a lie. I'm actually going to be recommending books based on my Apple Music Wrapped. The artists, according to Apple Music, which is the true thing: Lola Young, Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, Conan Gray, and Renee Rapp. You may notice Lola, Sabrina, and Renee stayed in the exact same places, so Spotify got that right. My songs are Nissan Altima by Doechii, Denial's a River by Doechii, Leave Me Alone by Renee Rapp, Messy by Lola Young, and What Is It About Me by Lola Young. Then we have my top listened to albums. This Wasn't Meant for You Anyway, love that title, by Lola Young. And we got Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Wishbone by Conan Gray, Bite Me by Renee Rapp, and Cowboy Carter by Beyonce. So pretty consistent with my artists. So now we're gonna get into the recommendations. I don't have a recommendation for Nissan Altima. I thought I didn't think of one. Before we go into the recommendations, let me explain what makes me recommend books. Either it is books that I think the artist or the character in the song would benefit from, or they're books that kind of just remind me of the vibe of the song or the album. So let's go. First one, Denial's a River. I recommend a book called This Book Won't Make You Happy by Nero Feliciano. As you might know, this song, Denial's a River, is all about the experience of Doechii up to, I guess, 2023. There are lots of kind of highs and lows. She's successful, but she's like depressed. Her boyfriend is cheating on her, all these things. And I think a self-help book would help her, maybe. But the book is called This Book Will Make You Happy. It's one of my favorite books that I've read this year. Spoiler, it just talks about how happiness is a scam and how contentment is better. And it gives you tips on ways to find contentment. It's a great book. And I think as a person, Doechii being the person, in lots of different experiences, some good, some bad, contentment would help ground her. So yeah. Next we have a recommendation for Leave Me Alone by Renee Rapp, which is the first song in Bite Me. We got How to Do Nothing by Jenny Odell. I can't remember the subtitle for this book, but it's something about the attention economy and how in this world we live in, so many things are just trying to steal or trying to get our attention. The repeating line in Leave Me Alone is "Leave Me Alone." Redacted, I want to have fun. I don't think you have fun with this book. Not that it's like a bad book, but it is a nonfiction, and it's kind of not self-help, but it's kind of like it tells you how to defy what the world wants us to do, which is to pay attention to so many different things. And it tells us to find things in the natural world that satisfy you instead of looking externally. Okay, honestly, the reason I even wanted to make this video is because of this recommendation, which is Messy by Lola Young. That's a song. And the book that I'm recommending is What Hunger by Catherine Dang. The chorus of the song is like, 'cause I'm too messy, and then I'm too clean. You tell me get a job, then you ask where I've been. Then I'm too perfect till I open my big mouth. I want to be me, is that not allowed? And I'm too clever, and then I am too dumb. You hate it when I cry unless it's that time of the month. And I'm too perfect to show you that I'm not 1,000 people I could be for you, and you hate the lot. A great movie recommendation. Just from the chorus alone, I would say Lady Bird, which is one of my favorite movies. I know some people think this is about like a romantic relationship, but at least when it comes to this recommendation, I think it's more like a parent-child recommendation or relationship, about never being able to be enough for a parent. I guess recommending this book is kind of a sort of a spoiler for the book, but not really. The book is called What Hunger by Catherine Dang. I think I said that already, but it follows a Vietnamese family in the perspective of their youngest daughter. She has an older brother and two Vietnamese parents, and it just talks about their relationship. I feel like a big theme in the book is just about their relationship, the parents and the daughter's relationship, and how she never seems to be enough for them. I think it is kind of like a child of immigrants thing, one could argue. Them having like huge expectations for you, but understandably so. But yeah, and then we have What Is It About Me by Lola Young, the book I'd like to recommend, which I don't know the author of, fortunately, is I've Decided to Live as Me. I picked this up in a Barnes & Noble, and I read it entirely there on multiple occasions. I just went back to the same Barnes & Noble, picked it up, didn't pay a cent. I don't know if that's legal, don't tell them. Okay, let me explain the song first. The chorus of the song is, what is it about me that makes you question your life? What is it about me that makes you question your life and lets you make me question mine? And it's all about a person breaking up with another person. I think it's Lola Young that they broke up with. And how she's left with just questions about why she left. And I Decided to Live as Me. It's kind of a self-help book, but it's more just like an advice-giving book. And a lot of the pieces of advice are in like direct contrast to things that we have grown up hearing, which I think is pretty interesting. Then we have two book recommendations for albums. The first one is the album Wishbone by Conan Gray. This album has to do with love. It has to do with family, familial trauma, family history, relationship history. A lot to do with the past, I feel like, and love. The book I'm recommending is one of my favorite books from last year, which is Tell Me How to Be by Neil Patel, and it's on my bed. Got it off my bookshelf and I didn't even bring it. 1 second. Okay, here it is. Tell Me How to Be by Neil Patel. Got this from Target. I try not to shop there anymore. I guess. I mean, okay. Moving on. Tell Me How to Be is about a man, yeah, that's right. And his mother is selling their childhood house. He has a brother, and it just follows him going back to his mom's house, helping her, I guess, kind of pack it up. But what does this have to do with Wishbone, you ask? Great question. Really glad you asked. I don't know, like right now I'm thinking of the song Class Clown, which like the chorus is everything comes back around. I still feel like the class clown. I'm also thinking of Nauseous. I know that it's in me to really love someone, but that's not a thing that I learned from my loved ones. Because this book, the format of this, it takes place in present day, but there are also like flashbacks to when the main character was younger. And this book is just as much about the past as it is about present day. And how the relationship between the main character and his mom has kind of changed or stayed the same since the past. And he's also like kind of having a relationship with someone, or he's like being intimate with someone. So like he's, I don't know. Moving on. Great. I really hope no one is watching this video to get like legitimate, accurate, 100% legally binding recommendations, because as you may be able to tell, I'm not that good of a persuader. But finally, we have Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter. And the title I selected for this is We Are Never Meeting in Real Life by Samantha Irby. I feel like everyone knows in her songs and outside of her songs, Sabrina is a funny person, or she knows how to tell a joke or two, or lots of them. Or like just be suggestive, tongue-in-cheek, whatever synonym you want to use. And We Are Never Meeting in Real Life is written by a comedian named Samantha Irby, and it's basically just various essays about random things that had happened in her life. Some of them are like romantic, some of them aren't. I just feel like it kind of gives the vibe of Man's Best Friend, mostly because of like the comedic tone that laces more serious topics. So yeah, it is really hard. I will say it is really hard to recommend a book based on an entire album, because an entire album isn't like definable, because it's made up of various number of songs. But I did try for a video in the past. I recommended a few books based on Billie Eilish's album, I was going to say Happier Than Ever, Hit Me Hard and Soft. So you can watch that video now. I recommended 5 books, and I'm not sure, but there is a chance that one of those books that I recommended also showed up during this video. Oops. Let me know if you want me to do like an album specific recommendation video. I think that'd be really, really cool. I also kind of want to do a part 2 of that video I did ages ago, where I recommended books to Degrassi characters. I will put that during the during whatever it's called, the end card thing. But yeah, just let me know what you want, please, because I have a lot of ideas. I wouldn't say I don't have any ideas, but like it would help if you told me what you wanted specifically, so I wouldn't film something that you all wouldn't watch. Yeah, it has been a while. Just been kind of busy. I will, however, be doing a probably very long video where I talk about all the books that I read this year. And either at the end of that, I will tell you my favorites and least favorite out of this year, or maybe I'll make an entire other video or 2 other videos to talk about my favorites and least favorites. So yeah, I hope that'll make up for the hiatus. But if it doesn't, I understand. Thank you so much for watching. It's great. I was gonna say it's great to see your face, but I can't see your face. But I hope you had a good day or night or afternoon, I hope you're having. I will see you in less than 2 months. Yay, sir, we hope.